trend lines. I mean, you dey see, to draw a trend line, you need two peaks or two what? Troughs. Two peak or two troughs to draw a trend line. You see, I will explain the peak and troughs later. To draw a trend line, you need you need two two peaks and two troughs. We say
Yeah.
peak for the market inside, peak just be a high. I mean, peak. Let's say them say you reach your peak, you reach your high or at the line. So if we say peak for market inside, see this point e be peak at the line. This point be peak. This points to the peak. You get them? This points to the peak. This point to the what? Peak. You get a gig.
Yeah.
When we say troughs just be what? Lows. This just be what? A low or a trough. This one to be what? Trough. This one to be troughs. Then this to be troughs. You understand?
Yeah.
So mm, yes, so that be am. I mean you go fit do same thing for downtrend. This go be the what? Peak. I say peak be highs. This be the peak troughs. Peak troughs. Peak troughs. Peak troughs. Yes. So the trend line strategy, you go feel like another subtopic. Trend line strategy. Where the trend line strategy?
Yeah.
Yes. So with the trend line strategy, e just be two things we dey do. We dey either look for what? We dey either trend line strategy just be what? A trend line what? Bounce or a what? A trend line what? Break. These be the two things we dey do. Yo, so we consider we say what? The trend line strategy, either what? Trend line bounce or trend line break. Make we start with the trend line bounce. You get am? Make we start
Yeah.
with the trend line bounce. You say what? Peaks then troughs. This be what? This be one are troughs, right? Troughs be lows, peak be highs. So what you go do be say I say the trend line for to draw a trend line you need what? Two peaks and two troughs. So now can you identify any two peak?
Yes.
Where and where? Here and where? Here.
The network. Yes.
Yes, thank you. That be two. So to draw a trend line, you just have to start from this first peak and drag it to the next peak. After dragging to the next peak, just pull it. It doesn't matter. Just pull it. You see, what can you identify? The best thing you identify is say anytime price reach this trend line, it dey bounce or at the line. Watch out, you get them. Anytime price reach here, it dey bounce. So you see one peak, two peaks. Forget about the rest of the peak. One first peak, second peak, then you go draw a trend line. So now draw for peaks, make you draw for troughs now. Price, first line, second line. then we extend them. If the price no tap into am, see something. So now rep this thing in an uptrend. In an uptrend,
Uh-huh.
we draw trend line using troughs. In a downtrend, we draw trend line using what? Peak. No, uptrend we no dey use peak. I go explain why.
Hey,
This thing I make you no use this thing. This thing I do just be scenario.
all right.
I'm go really rep am. So now make we draw an uptrend structure. Then see impulse correctional. Impulse just for this word, this move be what?
Retracement.
Retracement. Impulse ogiri, this move be what?
Greatest.
Retest, thank you.
Hey,
Impulse,
and
that's why this move be what?
pull, pull back.
Pull back, Damasi bebree. Okay. So we see in an uptrend, we draw trend lines into what? Truths. So for this uptrend, where be the truths? The truths be the low. So now make we draw one at trend line see. We say we just need two peaks, two peaks or two truths. So one, two, then you go drag them. Abi you see,
Yeah,
one, two, we drag them. First, second, we drag them. What happened? Price come tap into price come tap into one first time. We do what? This be the first, then second withdraw, right?
yeah.
Withdraw using just two truths, right? As price tap into one the third time, what you do?
Bounce.
Bounce, thank you. The fourth time,
It bounce.
this one you don't really tap into one like that. The reason why I say uptrend, we dey draw trend line using truths and not peaks be say it be bad thing to draw trend line using peak. Trend line be strategy, right? You dey look for reason to enter the market. You dey look for reason to buy or sell. That's why we dey use what? A trend line. Where I explain say in an uptrend, you look for what? In an
I get.
uptrend, you look for buys because the trend is your friend. You get them?
Yeah,
Because the trend is your friend. So in an uptrend, you dey look for what? Buy. You get it? You know dey look for sell, right? When we say anytime price get to trend line, if I do what?
it for back.
If I bounce, you get them. So see, we say we draw trend line using two peaks or two troughs. So this be the first peak, second peak. We pull am, right? As price tap into am third and fourth time, you do what? You bounce. You get it. So let's say impulse correctional, where the correctional come fall for trend line top, what you go do? You go
I'll
look
go
for
back.
buying confirmation to be buying. You understand? That be why in an uptrend we dey use draws, not peaks. You understand? If
Yeah,
in an uptrend you dey use peak, right? It means say if price tap into the uptrend line, if or bounce, it means say you dey look for sales in an uptrend, which is wrong. Abi you dey bab, right? If price tap into this one, make it bounce. You know, be say you no go bounce, o. You go bounce all right, but this time around they are looking for sales in an uptrend instead of buys. Where I explain say uptrend, the buys be what? Longer than the what? Sales. You get am?
yeah.
So in an uptrend, we draw trend line using what?
Choose.
Truths. Thank you. Make we do same thing for downtrend. Make we draw downtrend. Correction, impulse, correction, impulse. Right? This be what? Downtrend. In a
Yeah.
downtrend, we are looking for sales. So we draw trend line using what? Two what? Peaks. See something perfect. So make we take am say all these two parts no happen yet. So we just go look for two peaks. First, second, put your first trend line here, make it touch the second one. After making it touch the second one, forget about this one, just drag it. You understand? So imagine say this point, this point be something like this. Where this point be something like this. Make you no try draw your trend line, make it fit into one pepe. Just first and second. Your first line, second line, then drag it. Then just wait for price to tap into one the third time or fourth time. You understand? So the best time to trade from a trend line is what? The third and fourth bounce. You get them.
Yeah.
Price tap into trend line first bounce. You know be confirmation. Second one, no be confirmation. Third, then fourth. That be good confirmation to enter. Understand?